which has to do with the fact that in the case of certain black politicians and black clergy, it's an uncomfortable experience to have to deal with the black clergy. In New York, you be a black politician, and Floyd doesn't need to go into the details. For many black politicians that don't have any intimate connection to the black church community, in fact, on a deeper level, let's forget black clergy. There was a meeting in LA that was had with Barack Obama about desegregating his senior staff. Because there weren't many black people in the higher levels of his administration. And so there was a come to Jesus meeting in LA. They said, all right, brother, don't get it twisted now. You know, we love you, and the books are nice, but you got to get some black folk on your senior staff. And so it's going to be interesting, because the Clintons have a deeper understanding, I found, in certain cases, than some black politicians when it comes to the black church and black church reality, especially as you move further south.
I'll take the case of Deval Patrick here in Massachusetts, who's the sitting governor now. What we found was that the leadership, similar to what the case is with Barack Obama, it's the same type of makeup, is that they didn't understand the black church or black folk enough to appreciate what we brought to the table. So instead what they did was they would keep an arm's length with the black clergy. So what we decided to do was we'll just go around them, and we decided to go through the outreach mechanism within the campaign and create our own faith leaders for Deval Patrick. But the ones we brought to the leadership were the ones who were the most vocal. It turns out the most vocal clergy in Massachusetts were black folk. And so that became the leadership, but that was the strategy that we had to utilize to bring them to the forefront. Then also to keep them there. So what you have to do now is you have to hire them, you have to put them on committees, you have to change the discourse to a way that they can, I don't know what it is, but they still fear the fact of, I think maybe this goes back to the question the sister posed about women in clergy and the like, and how there is still this fear of black man in mainstream society, where they don't quite truly understand us per se. We have to make room for that and be more strategic in how we approach things. And that's what we have to find to do. We're still at that struggling point right now in Massachusetts in changing how they view black folk, black clergy, and the like.
Yeah, and I think the last point, having been on the inside, the real problem, my brother, is most black elected officials believe that they were elected by the Democratic Party, not by the people. The greater fear is that the black pastor, if I've got 23,000 members, I'm closer to my people than any politician will ever be to any significant number of people in the South Jamaica area. Their greatest fear is that other flakes will rise up and be as independent as I was. They don't want independent people. I didn't get committees in Congress. And the reason I didn't get committees in Congress was because I didn't go to get committees. I went to get resources for my people. So that at the end of the day, I was not looking for a love relationship among my black colleagues. When I went to the Black Caucus and had to debate with Major Owens about education and why is it that I'm not supporting it, the first thing I did was found out where my Black Caucus colleagues were sending their children. Every one of their children was in private school. And I said, so we can't really have a debate around something where you say, I'm in the wrong place when their kids are not getting educated and yours are because you can afford to send them to private school. End of discussion. And so Major could not respond to me on that because all of his children had been there. The greater fear, and you're going to see a wider chasm.
That's right.
Because that chasm is coming about. Because as you build mega churches, you have a constituency that the average black elected official is not connected to. And they don't know what to do. And it doesn't have to be a mega church. There is a great fear among blacks who have been in power and our black civil rights establishment in relationship to blacks who are not connected to their civil rights group. And because some of the groups, there's nothing to connect to but the leader. And we know that. And if you're going to deliver to your people, that's not where the strength is. The ultimate strength is being able to negotiate between the business community, the political community, and all other constituents who have resources as opposed to just a voice and rhetoric. And we're moving away from the rhetoric, and that's the greatest threat to the African-American elected official who generally is serving at what he thinks or she thinks is the behest of the Democratic Party.
So we're about to end. I wanted to see if each of you could give a one-line closing statement to the audience.
I said it.
Yes.
Actually, I'm good too.
Okay, good.
I just wanted to remind you, if you have not picked up a name tag, you need a name tag in order to have lunch in the forum. So the name tags can be picked up on the ground floor in Taubman. You can do that before you head to lunch. Thank you very much.